Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my live stream. This is Jacob Cast 2024. I'm gonna do my live stream, my WWE Summerslam 2025 preview and predictions. Alright, hold on. I just want to make sure that this is gonna be uploaded. Hold on a second. Just want to make sure this is right. Hold on. Just want to make sure this is uploaded. Hey, come on now. I'm trying to make sure this is uploaded so I can do my live stream, my review. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section y'all want to see more. Let's see if we can get to 100 likes and 100 views. Please subscribe to my channel and enjoy the video. My video has been sponsored by my podcasters, my YouTubers, like Summerslam, Fightful, Pro Wrestling, JD from New York. While I play Fortnite, I'm going to talk about WWE. Now, hold on. Now, since this is still going on here, I just want to make sure that I got this right. Now, before I play Fortnite, I'm going to talk about what happened tonight on SmackDown. We'll go through all the matches. We'll talk about some of the news and rumors on Cody Rhodes and his interview he did, talk about AEW. And then we'll talk about the matches for Night 1 and Night 2 of SummerSlam. SummerSlam is tomorrow. Night 1 and Night 2, they're in New Jersey. I think there's like 6 matches on Night 1, and there's 6 matches on Night 2. We're going to make this pretty quick. The build to SummerSlam hadn't been all that good. It does have a pretty good match card. It has the potential of being a good show. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's better than WrestleMania. The build hasn't been all that great, but the match card does look pretty good. A lot better than WrestleMania. There are a lot of... We could get some swerve, shocking endings, some spectacular finishes. Now this live stream is going to be like an hour long, so I'm going to go through... I probably should have talked about SmackDown first, because SmackDown wasn't that good. I think they're only like... Now we did get John Cena and Cody Rhodes tonight. She was on SmackDown. The show opened up with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. The real John Cena returned and face-to-face with Cody Rhodes. John Cena pretty much turned face in this segment with Cody Rhodes. He practically just turned babyface, and he shared a drink. I think a drink of soda with Cody Rhodes, or beer. I think it was beer. They shared with Cody Rhodes. Might be the Stone Cold beer. And based on what John Cena said here, clearly John Cena dropping the title. There was no tease on The Rock. He teased a little bit of Travis Scott, but I hope that don't happen. I don't know, I have a bad feeling someone's going to get involved here. Is there going to be the obvious predictable outcome with Cody Rhodes winning? Now, we did get a backstage segment with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul. Now, John Cena and Cody Rhodes, they opened the show with it, by the way. It went about 16 minutes. Pretty good. John Cena said some decent stuff. He practically turned babyface after he loses the title. And then Cody Rhodes won it back. We got Julia defending the women's U.S. title against Zelina Vega in a pretty good match. It was decent. Julia retained. She beat Vega. Vega's now a loser. No one cares. Hopefully Julia does something with the title. We got Angel Garza and Humberto of the what's it called? The Legado del Fantasma or Locos or whatever. They defend their AAA World Tag Team Championship against Psycho and Mito Iguana from World Collide. Pretty good match. They retain. We had a backstage 7 with Tiffany and Jade. Tiffany won Jade at 100%. There's no heat, there's no build, there's not much of a good story. It's just two babyfaces feuding. It's like they didn't put any effort in that feud. Damien Priest versus Aleister Black. The match ended in a DQ. Black got the qualifying. I don't know what we're doing here. Priest is not on the card, and not Aleister Black. We got Tonga. He made his in-ring debut against Jimmy Uso. Match whatever. He beat Jimmy Uso. Then the MFTs come out along with Solo, and then they lower the cage, and then Jacob Fatu comes out, lays out the bloodline. He stands tall, holding the U.S. title. I think Solo will probably win that back. Alright. What the hell? Jeez. So we got Fightful, Joe Cronin. We got no DQ. Wasn't that much on the show? The show was alright. Now the main event. Well, it was a main event segment. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll, they brawled with Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul. Drew McIntyre is not trapped in Scotland anymore. He's back on the show. They're going to do a tag team match. That closed the show. A very okay brawl. Randy Orton RKO'd some security. Jelly Roll, he hit a move. Yeah. So, yeah. Alright. So that was SmackDown, really. Not much on SmackDown. SmackDown was kind of there, kind of dull, filler matches. The only thing that mattered was the opener. Maybe you want to count the ending with Jelly Roll. He getting physical with LA Knight and McIntyre. When you want to hit some okay RKOs. Yeah, so SmackDown was just there. I can't wait for SummerSlam. I will be doing a live stream. I will be reviewing SmackDown to see how the show is. I'll be on Twitter going through the matches. Now I can go to my predictions because I already talked enough about SmackDown. SmackDown wasn't really that much. Now these are the matches tomorrow for Saturday. We got Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against CM Punk. Should be a good match. They teased this match a couple of times since Punk came back. I'm looking forward to it. Does Punk win the title, or are they going to get screwed by Rollins? Is Rollins going to come back? The injury is not legit. It has to be a work. They're probably going to be a swerve or a shocking ending. I've been saying this for weeks. I've been saying this for like 2 months now. Since Money in the Bank, actually since Night Champions. Even after that Rollins are going to get involved and screw Punk. Maybe we'll get Roman Reigns screwing Rollins, and they both get screwed thanks to Roman Reigns. Not going to regret their feud. But where did Gunther go? If Gunther do anything with the title, who's he going to face after? I wouldn't mind Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed. Not going to be Jey Uso again. I don't think Punk's going to win. I think he's going to get screwed by Seth. I can't see Gunther losing clean unless there's a fuck finish. I'd be shocked if he doesn't have a clean finish. I don't think Punk is ready. I don't think he needs to be world champion now. And Punk is part-time. He's not really full-time. He's only wrestling on the big pay-per-view, and that's it. Is Punk going to be around after this? I don't know. I don't know. So my prediction... Yeah, so my prediction is that CM Punk I think Gunther gonna retain. I think Rollins will get involved and screw Punk. I've been saying this for weeks. If that doesn't, I don't see Rollins not casting in on Cena or Cody. Maybe for shock value and for rating, but Rollins, there's nobody for him to be on SmackDown. He's not gonna feud with Cody Rhodes or John Cena. He's gonna feud with Punk and Roman. Rollins might get involved, cast in, make it a triple threat match, and pin CM Punk because they don't want to pin Gunther. They want to protect Gunther. Gunther's not been pinned this year. He tapped out. Shockingly, WrestleMania, he hasn't been pinned. And he shouldn't be. He should be protected at all costs. I don't see Gunther being pinned clean or him losing. Unless he's not going to take the fall. He's going to be protected. Yeah, so, anyway. Alright, so, anyway. Yeah, so that's my prediction. Is that Punk's not going to win. He's going to get screwed by Seth Rollins. And if Rollins does Seth recast in, he'll pin Punk. He's not going to pin Gunther. And if he doesn't, we're going to see maybe Roman Reigns come out and screw. Not going to be Sammy. I think happy Roman Reigns. You know, Reigns and Rollins, they have to feud. They got unfinished business. And Rollins can get screwed by Roman Reigns. And Reigns is going to do what Punk did to Drew McIntyre and Seth and Money in the Bank last year. But we can see that this year. So I think Reigns is going to come in and screw Seth and screw Punk. And Gunther might pin Rollins. Gunther going to retain. And then Punk can go over the Reigns. They're going to change some heat. Because the feud not over. Punk and Reigns are probably going to feud. They still got beef. And Reigns and Rollins are going to feud because they still got beef. Rollins is not winning the world title. And if he does, I don't see Punk and Rollins for the title. We've been there, done that with those two. Reigns and Rollins didn't be for the title because Reigns is not winning the title. He'll need to be champion. And who is Seth face? Jey Uso? Who wants to see that? Gunther and Seth. That's not a match I want to see. He's not beating Gunther clean. So anyway, there's my thoughts on Punk and Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. I'm going for pretty sure Gunther's gonna retain. Now for the Women's Tag Team titles, the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. I want to say Alexa and Charlotte could win it based on the chemistry and the pairing have been good. They're getting good reaction. Alexa mega over. Charlotte, fans still love her. Whether you love her or hate her, she's getting over. I think it would be great if they win, but I think the heel will win it. I think Roxanne and Raquel just won it, and they got this story with Roxanne and her being a Judgment Day. I think they should retain. I think they're gonna win. Maybe Charlotte might lose to Alexa, or Alexa might screw Charlotte. Maybe Charlotte take the pinfall. Roxanne pinning Charlotte up, that'll be good on her resume. So yeah, Judgment Day gonna retain. It's just a filler match on the card. Should be decent. Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross should be a decent match. Third match on tomorrow night. I'm surprised there's no stipulation. I hope we end the feud and move on. This is like the fourth time we've seen this match. A lot of fans are tired of it. I'm tired of it because we saw this match at Night Champion where Sami Zayn won. We saw this match once or twice on Monday Night Raw where they trade victory back and forth, 50-50 booking. Now, it did Karrion Kross' last match? Is it the last time that we'll see Kross and Scarlett? Is Kross not going to sign? Are they going to leave the company? Are they going to be released? Are they going to be a free agent? Because I'm a little worried here. I want Kross to win because I love Kross. I'm a fan of Kross. Kross to be booked. Does he win clean or some screwy way? Does Sami Zayn win? And where did Kross go? If Kross can be buried, it could be loses here. I don't know what Kross does on Raw. You might put him on SmackDown. I actually want to see Sami Zayn win and put him to be in that world title scene. Maybe we could see Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins if Rollins does cast in successfully. But if Karrion Kross wins, I want to see Karrion Kross. He can be in the mid-card going after Dominic. He can be going after Gunther. That's something I want to see. So, I want to go with Karrion Kross. My gut says Sami Zayn, but I'm going with Karrion Kross. I think he should win. He should win his first pay-per-view, his first single pay-per-view on a PLE. So I'm going to go with Karrion Kross. Hopefully we can move on and end this feud. I'm surprised this match doesn't have a stipulation, but Cross had to win. I had to want Cross to win. It would do more for Cross than Sammy. Sammy already got victory if fine if he loses. As for the tag team match that I talked about earlier, Jelly Roll and Randy Orton versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Jelly Roll making a debut on WWE. This match only a one-off. Now, granted, the feud has been silly and it's been cringe, but should be a good match. Who I think will win? Maybe the heel might win. I don't want to see Jelly Roll win. I think Randy Orton and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre are big stars, and they're two going to be in a tag team match. It's just a filler feud just because they got no plan for these two on the pay-per-view. These three guys are not in title matches. I don't like it when you include celebrities like Jelly Roll. I think Logan Paul might pin Jelly Roll. I think that's what maybe Drew McIntyre pin Jelly Roll. I don't know. Well, that's if we have planned for Logan Paul. Maybe Drew McIntyre can hit team get the win here, and he can move on to the title picture, go after Cody Rhodes, or Randy Orton could. We'll have to wait and see. But I think the heel might win. Logan Paul and McIntyre need to win and move on. As for the other matches, we got Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. I said this earlier. The build hadn't been that good. There's no heat. There's not a good story. Just a filler match because Jade won Queen of the Ring, and just a match there on SummerSlam. Should be a good match based on Jade's performance and how she beat Asuka. That wasn't a good match. Hopefully it's pretty good. I don't know if we'll see Bianca. I don't know who's gonna win here. Is Tiffany gonna win or Jade gonna win? We'll have to wait and see. I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus. I don't think Jade's ready. I don't think she needs it. I think Trish will win. I don't know who to heel and who to face. They're probably both baby faces, but they haven't really gone back and forth. Sure, they had some bad day segment, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go with Trish Stratus, just to be safe. I'm gonna go with her to beat Jade. I don't think Jade's ready. Alright, the next match we got Jey Uso and Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. This is the tag team match I'm most looking forward to. The build has been great. The promos with Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker, the brawl that we got. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed look very, very strong on the Go Home show. Taking out Roman Reigns and Jey Uso, spearing both Reigns and Uso to the table. Bronson Reed took off Reigns' sneakers. Man, that was a statement. I think the heels have to go over it. It's about putting over new people, new stars. Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed need this. But who they pinned it? It will be nice, it will be shocking, be pinned Roman Reigns. But we already seen Reigns pinned at WrestleMania. If Reigns can get pinned again, the Braun Breaker pinned Jey Uso. He's already beaten Jey Uso before. So I don't know. Usually when the heel go over on the Go Home show, the babyfaces look like that they're gonna win. Unless we see Seth Rollins come back and he screws over Reigns and Jey Uso. And that's how the heel get the win here. I think my gut said that Roman and Jey should win, but I'm gonna go with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I think they need it. That's if we see Seth Rollins if he screws over Roman Reigns. I don't see Reigns losing clean. Unless the match end in a fuck finish or a DQ, which would be kind of lazy and lame. This should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it. Not sure who's gonna win here. Now we might not see Roman Reigns a while after SummerSlam, cause he had to go film Street Fighter. Cody also got to film it too. So I'm a little worried here who wins this match. It should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it. The brawls have been great. I'm more interested in seeing Braun Breaker and Roman Reigns in the ring one-on-one. Hopefully we get that. Hopefully we get Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns one-on-one. I think the heel will go over. And then we got... Oh, that it? That was Saturday. Now we can go on the match on Sunday. The match that I'm looking forward to, that we're all looking forward to, the triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky, Naomi, and Rhea Ripley. The build has been great. The match should be phenomenal. Any triple threat match with the woman is good. Just look at WrestleMania. The time Naomi's the champion. Naomi done a very good job. I think she's gonna win. Does she pin Rhea or Io? She might pin Io. No, she pinned her last time, so she could pin Rhea, get a sneak victory. It will really fill out her heel turn. So, yeah. Naomi she's doing a great job as a heel. I think she should be a longer champion. Yes, I think she's gonna retain her title. I think she needs it. Yeah, so, yeah, so I think Naomi's gonna retain her world championship. I think she had to, and I think we might get Naomi and Stephanie Valkyrie at Clash in Paris. I think they could definitely win the Battle Royal at Evolution, so she'll get an opportunity at Clash in Paris. I wouldn't mind if it was Io Sky, but I think Naomi, you can't make her a transitional champion. You can't undo her work as a heel. I think she needs to retain. And I think Naomi will win. She's been there, done that at the top. Io Sky's already been at the top. So now Naomi's turn, first time her as a heel champion. Gonna be a great match. It might open the show, I think. Maybe. But it should be a great match. I'm looking forward to it. The promos have been great. The brawl was great. Also, we got the Solo Sikoa defending his U.S. Championship in a steel cage against Jacob Fatu. The builds have been fine. The promos have been fine. The brawls have been great. Solo's actually more entertaining and funny as a heel. Jacob Fatu will win the belt back, but I don't know. Based on what we saw on SmackDown tonight with the heel, with Jacob Fatu going over, is he gonna lose? Is he gonna get screwed over? Cause you know Solo gonna have your boys get involved, the MFTs. Tonga Loa and Tala Tonga and Jason Mateo gonna get involved. When are we gonna see? Now it's only 4 of them, and you got Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso. He might get involved. That's 2 of them against them 4. Who else is gonna get involved? Are we gonna see Tama Tonga? He been out since April. How serious is his injury? Is he gonna be out for a long time, or is he gonna come back in this match and help Solo win? And now it's gonna be 5 of the MFTs against Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso. Or did Fatu win and overcome all odds? He faced all odds, beat the new bloodline, went back his title, and then maybe we can do Damian Priest and Jacob Fatu or something. I don't know. I'm a little worried who's gonna win this match. It should be a good match. The match night champion wasn't that good. But this match, we have a stipulation, so it should be very, very good. I know a lot of people are tired of the bloodline story. I am sick to death of it. It's like the bloodline story's not gonna end. But who we move on and end this, or they're gonna continue. With the stipulation, we should end it. So we'll have to wait and see what happens here. I want Jacob Fatu to win, but my gut tells me Solo might win. If we see Tama Tonga come out and interfere and screw over Jacob, we haven't seen him with the MFTs. He was out with an injury. He might come back, and now we're gonna get 5 of them. I want Jacob Fatu to win, but my gut tells me Solo might win. But I don't want Jacob to win because he's phenomenal. He's great. He can't just be a mean or a line guy, but Jacob Fatu great in the ring. He was doing fine as champion. He only dropped it to progress the storyline and had the stipulation. I thought what they did 2 weeks ago was pretty good, with Solo getting arrested, and I thought that was entertaining. Alright, now the next match we got Becky Lynch defending her Women's Intercontinental Champion in a no disqualification match. It said no count out, no disqualification against Lyra Valkyria. I think we're coming to the end of the feud. This is the 3rd match that they had. All 3 matches, the last 2 matches were great. They had a great triple threat match, including Bayley. The promos having great, the brawls having great. It has been a fantastic story. They have brought prestige to the women's IC title. It has really elevated Lyra as a star, her being a great babyface. They do have great chemistry. I think the feud will come to an end. Lyra has to win the belt back. She had to beat Becky Lynch, and then we'll see where Becky goes. She might go to SmackDown, because there's not much for her on Raw, so we'll see what happens there. So yeah, Lyra gonna win back the belt, beat Becky Lynch finally, end the feud, end the story. Then we'll see where we go from there. Becky might go to SmackDown and see what she does there. Lyra, we'll see what she does with the belt. It should be a great match. That's another great match on Summerslam on Sunday. We got, and for the other match, we got Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this feud has been building for like a couple of weeks now, at the month. It was supposed to happen the night of champion, but they pulled it. I think Dominic was still an injury, or they pulled it because something was going on with Saudi Arabia. There was death threat or something, or Dominic was really injured. They delayed it to SummerSlam. I thought the feud been fine. It's been decent. I know part of y'all want AJ Styles to win, because AJ Styles hadn't won a single championship in a couple of years now. It's been 5 years now since he's been Intercontinental Champion. I would love to see him be world champion. It's been a long time since we've seen AJ world champion. It's been like 7 or 8 years since he's been world champion. He should go after the world title picture. I would love to see him and Punk and him and Gunther go after the world title. I wouldn't mind him and Cody Rhodes again, but we saw that already. I think a part of me wants Dominic to retain. Dominic been doing pretty good as a champion. He's been built up. He hasn't really done much with it. He's had some filler matches. At least he's having a big feud here with AJ Styles. Should be a good match. I'm looking forward to it. I think Dominic's gonna retain. I think he has to beat AJ Styles clean. I probably want him to retain. And we still got this storyline with the Judgment Day, so I think Dominic will retain. Yeah, Dominic's gonna retain. Alright. Now, they added this match last week. We have a 6-pack TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Frasium, DIY, The Street Profit, the YSIT, they're defending their titles against Frasium, Nathan Fraser, and Asium versus DIY, The Street Profit, the Machine Guns, and Ray Phoenix and Andrade. All 6 in the team going after these titles. Should be a great match. I'm glad that the YSIT is on the PLE. I'm glad that they're putting the title on the PLE, making it mean something. The SmackDown tag division had the best division. SmackDown had the better tag division. Look at all these great teams who I think will win. I don't know. Maybe Frasium? It would be nice to see Ray Phoenix and Andrade win. They were paired as a tag team. They're getting over. It would be nice. Maybe for shock value they will win it. I have a feeling that the YSC are going to win it. I don't see the Profit winning it. DIY don't need it. The Machine Gun, they don't need it. Frasium hadn't been tag team champion. They could win it for shock value or someone new, or Andrade and Ray Phoenix, because they haven't done much on SmackDown. Since they're paired together, they're in the tag team. I want them to win it, but I think the YSC are going to win it. So that's my opinion on that. And now for the main event of Night 2, John Cena defending the WWE Championship against Cody Rhodes in a street fight. I think this is the end of the feud. This is going to culminate it. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And what we saw on SmackDown, John Cena teasing the face turn. He teasing his face turn. He's going back to be a babyface. That's the way he said to Cody Rhodes. Him respecting Cody Rhodes. Him missing the old John Cena. Saying he's not going to ruin wrestling. So, yeah. Yeah, so, John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Now, who you guys think gonna win at SummerSlam? John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Will John Cena finally win? Will Cody Rhodes win back the belt? Alright. Now, I think my prediction – 'cause Obviously, I think my prediction. Okay, so alright, alright, let's do it. Who I think gonna win? I think Cody Rhodes has to win and win back his title and the feud. Hopefully Cody Rhodes doesn't do what he did at WrestleMania, which was stupid. I'm glad we have a stipulation. It's now a 3-fight. It can be a lot better than WrestleMania. Do you weapons or fight in the crowd? Are we gonna get interference? We hope it's not Travis Scott. I know some people think he might show up, he's not. I think WWE are part way with Travis Scott, and after the backlash that he got by giving Cody Rhodes a busted eardrum and a black eye. I know people speculate The Rock might show up and attack Cody Rhodes and screw her in the title. We hope not, because fuck The Rock. No one wants to see The Rock on TV. No one wants to see The Rock after what we saw at WrestleMania. The Rock fucked up the storyline, he fucked up creative, he fucked up John Cena's heel turn to where there was no explanation, there was no there was no explanation. There was no storyline of why it happened. It just happened. John Cena's heel turn had been a letdown. He hadn't been on TV that much. There's no explanation and no follow up to why he sold his soul to The Rock. John Cena, I think the best thing about John Cena's heel turn was the match and the feud he had with CM Punk. Maybe with Randy Orton, maybe with CM Punk. I mean, the tag team match was fine, and then he wrestled R-Truth. That was a nothing match. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes obviously should win. That's my pick. Yeah, so there's my prediction for SummerSlam. Those are the matches who I think gonna win. Cody Rhodes has to win it. If The Rock comes down and attacks Cody Rhodes and screws him over, I'll be pissed. And then I'll be more mad. I'm like, wow. You can't be bound to show up at WrestleMania. But he showed up on the Pat McAfee show and gives us that bullshit lame excuse. And now he wants him to show up. I sure as hell hope not. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright. Hold on. Alright, so there's my predictions. I talked about SmackDown. I talked about SummerSlam. I'm hoping it's a good show. Hoping it's a little bit better than WrestleMania. Alright. Hey, the volume's a little bit too loud. Why is the volume so damn loud? Or that's just how it is. I don't know. I'm sorry. Alright. Anyway, before I make sure that I'm still live streaming, I still see some of my fans who are listening. Hey, shouldn't I turn this down? I'm sorry. Now, before I get back into my other podcasters here. Alright. Anyway. Alright. Alright, hold on a second. Alright. Now, before I get into my other podcasters like JD and Fightful, before I make sure everything's safe. Alright, hold on. Before I make sure that everything is safe here, I'm gonna have to put this down.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Friday Night SmackDown post show for August 1st, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. Still got my glasses on. JD from New York. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Friday evenings, wherever you may be. SmackDown tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Not the best show, not the best go-home show. WWE, they are in cruise control, for the most part, going into Summerslam. There really isn't a lot coming off these shows that are, I would say, interesting. These matches that they put together for Saturday and Sunday, I enjoy. The card that they put together, Saturday's card, Sunday's card, looks very good. For the little time that we've had in the build for SummerSlam, I think Saturday and Sunday's card has shaped up quite nicely. But the shows, largely, have not really been all that interesting. There's been a little bit of excitement here, a little bit of excitement there, a good match here, a good match there. But all in all, like I've been saying, you can't really get a proper build for a pay-per-view in 3 weeks. And that's what WWE's problem is. Too many shows and very little time in between these PLEs. And now SummerSlam is suffering for that as well. So I'm hoping that WWE has an ace up their sleeve or some sort of major plan on either Saturday or Sunday or both nights for that matter. For the first ever 2-night SummerSlam, because what we've gotten on the weekly television shows isn't really all that substantial, and that continued again tonight on Friday Night SmackDown. I can't really tell you anything was important outside of the opening segment. We got Damian Priest and Aleister Black. The match was fine, hard-hitting, and then they did a write-off angle for Damian Priest, who seemingly, all we've been hearing is that he's been injured. And it looks like WWE might have taken him off TV to tend to those injuries. And Aleister Black is now solidly, in my opinion, the best for him, a heel. So I'm glad to see them actually make that change. Julia finally re-emerged on television after winning the United States Championship. We haven't heard or seen from Julia. She's now with Kiana James, who is her representative now. Julia and Zelina Vega wrestled as Julia defended the United States Championship. What I thought was a solid match. Outcome was pretty determined before we even walked into Friday Night SmackDown tonight, but I thought what they turned out was probably Zelina's best match in months. And a match that they had not too long ago. This was the rematch, and they put together a solid match that blew their last match out of the water. Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown, they were on the show. Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana of AAA fame, they were on the show tonight. They answered an open challenge from Los Garza, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions. And I know there'll be some geeks in the comment section and some geeks on social media. Oh, he meant final Ring of Honor, JD. But you're not going to say anything about the AAA Championships on SmackDown, JD, from NY206. It's a one-time thing, bro. I'm not looking at it as something uber serious, where we get Ring of Honor TV titles and Ring of Honor World titles on the show weekly. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. They were on the show tonight, and Mr. Iguana here in the United States, in New Jersey of all places, is very much over, folks. Very much over. Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu, final sell, final push for their steel cage match, which is happening on Sunday night for the Men's United States Championship. And then obviously Jelly Roll and Randy Orton against Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, the final push for that. When I tell you, if you missed SmackDown, you really didn't miss anything. You didn't miss anything. You don't have to go out of your way to watch any of SmackDown. I got you covered here tonight. Don't worry about it. The big story coming out of Friday Night SmackDown is John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And they started the show off tonight. Cena came out first. Cody came out second. Cody a little bit more relaxed in his tracksuit. WWE seemingly has finally realized, and it's about time it comes to an end anyway. And I think even a lot of us who do what we do, we predicted that it would probably come to an end anyway on Sunday, and both would walk out as babyfaces. The John Cena heel experiment is over. It was a fucking failure. I don't believe that in this man's last year, John Cena's heel turn has been this bad. Now, clearly, Triple H is in charge. Triple H is head of creative. Triple H leads the television shows. So clearly, he is one of the people to blame for this miserable John Cena heel turn. He's got a bunch of people around him, as you guys see on WWE Unreal. I watched episode 1. I thought episode 1 was fairly... real. A couple of times a week to go over the shows, 2 or 3 times a week to go over the shows on Monday and Friday. Triple H is to blame for everything that you see on television that is not good. Triple H should absolutely, on the flip side, get the praise for when something is right and something is good. John Cena heel turn has been a fucking disaster. I didn't believe a fucking word out of his mouth. I didn't buy into the John Cena heel turn. I didn't buy into the John Cena character. It was good for 15 minutes. And that was it. We got a couple of great promos. Nothing really all that blow away. Oh my God, what a magnificent promo, man. People are going to be talking about that for generations to come. Nothing like that. This heel turn worked for 15 minutes. And that happened on March 1st, 2025, at the end of the Elimination Chamber. And after that, it went downhill as fast as you riding a fucking roller coaster at Six Flags. It did not materialize into anything that was interesting whatsoever. A couple of great promos, a couple of face-to-faces with Cody. Then we got the Randy Orton match at Backlash, which was the best that they could have turned out with the circumstances given to both John Cena and Randy Orton. And I don't really remember what else happened. R-Truth got thrown in there. What else happened on this heel turn? What else happened in this John Cena heel run that I'm going to go out there and absolutely bend over backwards for and say, yeah, man, this was the right move. March, April, May, June, July, and now it's August 1st. 6 months. 6 months. Literally, March 1st, August 1st, 6 months. They finally put the experiment to bed. John Cena could have turned heel. A John Cena heel turn would have been magnificent under the right circumstances. The thing that fucked everything up was The Rock. I haven't gotten that far in WWE Unreal, because I know that's one of the last episodes in the docuseries. I would love to see how that materialized and how that came about. But even if you watch it on something like WWE Unreal, you're not going to get the full story. You're not going to get the whole spectrum of why it happened, how it happened, and who was involved. You're not going to get the right story. I'm sure there are glimpses of truth and many inaccuracies, because nobody wants to look bad. Nobody wants to look bad for something that was deemed a failure for 6 months. If WWE did not ask The Rock to come back at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto, which he documented on Pat McAfee's show, we wouldn't be here talking about a John Cena heel turn. Not in the context that we're talking about it. John Cena might have had a good heel turn if The Rock wasn't involved. I don't know how much power The Rock had over Triple H. I don't know how much power The Rock had over what happened. Clearly, it was a collective effort. Triple H isn't excused. The Rock isn't excused. John Cena isn't excused. Everybody that was a part of that angle is to blame, including the boss, Triple H. It didn't need to happen at the Chamber. Looking back at it, I think us with a really good memory of what happened, looking back at it, I think most of us with a brain knows that it shouldn't have happened at the Elimination Chamber. They only did it because The Rock was there and they needed a big angle to go off with, because The Rock was there. Cody, I want your soul. Cody, I want your soul. I want you to be my champion. We didn't get any answers to what any of this meant. John Cena wins the Chamber. Cody says, fuck off, Rock. Cena turns heel, and we think we have a partnership between John Cena and The Rock. The Rock takes John Cena's soul, and John Cena is The Rock's champion. This all would have worked if The Rock was on television. This all would have worked if The Rock was on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown in the build to WrestleMania. This would have worked if The Rock cut those great Twitter promos that he cut last year. We didn't get any of that. We didn't get no appearance by The Rock. We didn't get no Twitter videos. We didn't get any mention of The Rock on television until The Rock showed up on Pat McAfee and bullshitted us to the fucking umpteenth degree of why he didn't show up at WrestleMania. We get an entire WrestleMania season without The Rock, without Travis Scott, without the primary members of this angle, leaving John Cena all alone. Then we get to WrestleMania, and the best that they have is Travis Scott. John Cena and Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania ended up being one of the worst WrestleMania main events in 40 years of WrestleMania. It's not something I want hanging over my head if I'm John Cena and Cody Rhodes, especially in John Cena's final year as a professional wrestler. The worst, one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time. One of the worst Cody matches ever, one of the worst John Cena matches ever. If not the worst. Now imagine, if we didn't get Rock, if we didn't get Travis Scott, if we didn't get Selling Your Soul, Imagine they just played John Cena as the babyface going into Mania, we get the match, and then the heel turn happens at Mania. And Cena turns heel organically. We've talked about this many times. Looking back at it, it's easy to figure out how to do it. How to make it right. We didn't need Rock, we didn't need Travis Scott, we didn't need Selling Your Soul. All we needed was the real John Cena turning heel at WrestleMania. On the flip side, we got Travis Scott and we didn't get no Rock. And from April 19 and April 20, we didn't get Rock on television. We didn't get any mention of The Rock outside one mention of The Rock by Cody Rhodes. Tonight we got another mention of The Rock indirectly from John Cena. If The Rock was going to be involved, he should have been involved. If The Rock was going to be on television, The Rock was going to interject himself and create this angle that very much needed him. He should have been on television at least to tie up the loose ends that the storyline was going to create. Instead, he left the WWE writing team and the WWE head of creative scrambling to come up with a fix. He left everything in the lap of Triple H, and the best that Triple H came up with was a fucking failure. This is why I'm going to put my tinfoil cap on and say, I think honestly it was all a fucking setup. I think The Rock acted because he wanted to act that way. There was either a falling out, there was either an argument, there were tensions, something happened to a point where he did not want to come back and he did not want to be on television. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Because that angle, the way that it played out, very, very much, not only did The Rock need to be on television, they basically told you that he needs to be here because there's no way to do the angle without The Rock. None. So Triple H scrambled, and Triple H came up with one of the worst fucking endings to a WrestleMania that you will ever see. You have Rock to thank for that. Shows up on Pat McAfee and gives the bullshit excuses of this and that. Clearly he was watching the show. He could have shut up. He wasn't doing much of anything. He wasn't filming a movie. Wasn't hurt. What was he doing? Should have shut up. You asked this guy to sell his soul. He said no, and you found another donor. John Cena gave you his soul. So where the fuck are you? John Cena became your champion. Where the fuck were you? From that point on, John Cena didn't show up on television. He didn't show up on television for 3 weeks. 3 weeks! He shows up on the European tour and we get promo after promo after promo. We didn't know if it was going at the fans or going at Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. It was all about the fans. And then finally, the last 2 promos, he mentions a little bit of Cody Rhodes in the second promo, then it became all about Cody Rhodes and the WWE title. WrestleMania happens, he wins the title, and we embark on this terrible, 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 uneventful heel run that we currently see coming to an end. I'm not going to excuse Triple H, but you also cannot excuse The Rock. And the reason why all of this happened is because The Rock failed to show up and The Rock failed to give us what we needed as far as this angle is concerned. Imagine being John Cena in his last year as a professional wrestler, and The Rock is a part of it, basically blowing up the plans for your final year as a professional wrestler after a 21-year Hall of Fame career. I'd be fucking pissed. So we get to SummerSlam and we're getting a rematch. Why are we getting a rematch with Cody Rhodes? Because the first one sucked. The first one was fucking awful. It was so offensive, I never want to see it ever again. Now they're doing a street fight. Why? Because the smoke and mirrors are needed. John Cena cannot wrestle like he used to. We need the smoke and mirrors. We need the no DQ. We need the leniency because John Cena and Cody Rhodes wrestled a standard one-on-one match, and you saw how that ended up. Now we're going into SummerSlam, and we are redoing it the way that it was intended to be done the first time. No Travis Scott, no Rock, no bullshit. Tonight, WWE took everything that they did for the last 6 months, and they fucking threw it away. Because they knew for 6 months that they could not do anything else. They knew for 6 months that what they did on March 1st was complete and utter garbage. The turn was great. Don't get me wrong, one of the best moments I've seen ever. Unbelievable. As shocking as anything. But the follow-up to it was
It's not easy being the one everyone counts on to keep your operation running. That's why at Grainger, we're here for you. With professional-grade industrial supplies and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
He buried the fact that the company wanted to make good TV. It was good TV, don't get me wrong, but I'm out here acting like somebody I don't know. I'm acting as someone else, and I'm not being me. I'm not being genuine. John Cena buried The Rock and Travis Scott on national television and buried the fucking angle that you've been given on television for 6 months. I don't know what WWE television is this year. I find it to be excruciatingly fucking terrible. There's barely anything that has caught my interest. And WWE, just like that, blew up all of their television and all of their WWE Championship material. This man's heel turn blew it up in 15 minutes tonight to open SmackDown. If that doesn't tell you that they were over it, if that doesn't tell you that it fucking sucked, if that doesn't tell you that they want to wipe away the stink of what they've been given since March 1st, I don't know what is. I don't know what to tell you. Cody Rhodes opened a beer. 2 beers, in fact. Real American beer. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. He toasted John Cena, and they drank Real American beer tonight. John Cena seemingly turned back into a babyface. Probably asking why on Friday Night SmackDown? Why not on Sunday? Why not at Summerslam in the main event? Because they wanted to go into this unlike what we got at WrestleMania. They want people going into SummerSlam cheering for the real John Cena. And the match is going to be fine. The match is going to be better than what we got at WrestleMania because there's no rules. The one thing I'm concerned about is they left New Jersey tonight in Newark cheering John Cena, happy that John Cena is back. Is this going to have an adverse effect on Cody Rhodes? Are more people going to now cheer babyface John Cena and boo or possibly turn against babyface Cody Rhodes in favor of babyface John Cena? I don't think it's going to be that bad. I don't think it's something that WWE is going to concern themselves with, but it should be at least a bullet point in this weekend's plans. There's a potential that people could boo Cody Rhodes. There's a potential that Cody Rhodes could be least popular in this match against John Cena. Whereas he was coming in as the conquering babyface, looking to win the WWE Championship again for a second time. Is what WWE did a complete swerve? Is John Cena playing us for a fool? Is John Cena lying? Is this all a game to get underneath Cody Rhodes and get in Cody Rhodes' head? I don't think so. I don't. Sooner, much sooner, rather than later, all of this was going to need to come to an end. All of it was going to need to come to an end anyway, and Sunday night in the main event of SummerSlam was that end. Cody was going to win the WWE Championship. They were both walking out as a babyface. John Cena would be back to normal. The real John Cena would come to his senses in the main event, and the show goes off the air. Very happy with both conquering babyfaces, best friends again, earning each other's respect. I don't think that this is a big troll job by John Cena. I don't. Is this WWE turning John Cena heel because Cody Rhodes, or babyface rather, Is this WWE turning John Cena babyface because they're going to turn Cody Rhodes heel at SummerSlam? That's the other big talking point. Is Cody Rhodes going heel? I can't see Cody Rhodes going heel. I can't. Could I see him doing shades of heel? Sure. There's no rules. He wants the WWE Championship. They've already promised that they're going to bring the fight and bring the best out of each other. So whatever heel tactics Cody Rhodes uses, John Cena is going to do the same thing because they're going to beat the respect out of one another. So I'm not looking at it as, well, Cody Rhodes may be acting heel. They could be turning Cody Rhodes heel. I think that's a mistake. Would I personally love to see heel Cody Rhodes? Yes, I would. But it all goes back to that one very important thing. John Cena is only going to be here for another 5 months. He's got all of August, September, October, November, December, and that's it. 5 more months. 5 more months and he is gone. So even if John Cena is a babyface and Cody turns heel, Cena will be gone after 5 months. And who do they have as a babyface that's going to replace John Cena to oppose Cody Rhodes, the heel? There is nobody. There is nobody. The only guy that could possibly do that is CM Punk. And CM Punk right now is going to be tied up with what's going to happen on Saturday. His issues with Seth Rollins aren't going anywhere. With Roman Reigns now involved, and Roman Reigns now probably getting back with his family, that story ain't going anywhere. There is no one else on Friday Night SmackDown to take that top babyface spot from Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton's not the guy. LA Knight's not the guy. There is nobody else on that show. So when Cena is gone, Cody will remain. I don't think that's the right move to turn Cody Rhodes into a heel. They need to find the next Cody Rhodes before they change Cody Rhodes in any sort of character direction. So no, I don't think Cody's going heel because I think that's a mistake and they're not set up for success if that does happen. I know that's going to be a big talking point now coming out of this, but I don't see that happening. I just think that this is WWE rectifying what they knew for 5 months was fucking garbage. I think this is WWE recognizing that the last 5 months of television with John Cena as the WWE Champion and the story that should have been with The Rock not showing up and not tying up loose ends and Travis Scott having a falling out because he's not committed to being a pro wrestler or doing anything in the world of pro wrestling, they realized that they needed to go back to normal. What was this great idea? This fucking dream scenario of finally doing a heel John Cena. In theory, it sounded great. They had the right pieces. The pieces were in play. And then those pieces opted to say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. And they were stuck with a heel John Cena that they had absolutely no direction for. Which is shocking. Shocking. I don't know how you don't have a direction for a heel John. They had zero direction for heel John Cena. They didn't know what the fuck to do with the heel John Cena. It almost acted as if, it almost came off as if they booked John Cena's heel turn on the day of, planned it out for what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and had no fucking plan, no direction following him winning the WWE Championship. They winged it. Going into one show, into the next show, into the next show with basically no direction. He wanted to kill pro wrestling. Guy came out tonight and said, I never wanted to kill pro wrestling. I don't want to kill pro wrestling. I love pro wrestling. What we watched for the last 5 months was a complete waste of fucking time. It's like they took that Men in Black fucking pen and fucking blip, goodbye. You don't remember shit. Nothing that you saw previously in the last 5 months happened. The WWE is on some shit this year, man. I don't know what happened to the long-term booking. I don't know what happened to the long-term planning. I don't know. Maybe they feel like they got too good for everybody, man. And now tickets are coming in, the money's coming in, tickets being sold, event after event after event is selling out, and they don't need to put in any effort. People are going to show up regardless. People are going to talk about it regardless. They'll give you a moment here, a moment there, a good match here, a good match there. The This is not the hungry fucking company we got going into 39, coming out of 39, going into 40. This is not the hungry fucking company anymore. Once upon a time, this company wanted to take the world by the fucking balls. They don't give a shit anymore, man. Everything that they wanted to do, man, they step up to the plate and they swung for a fucking home run, man. This company couldn't live without hitting a fucking home run. Banger after banger after banger. That's what they wanted to do. Now they're okay with a bunt single. They're alright with a fucking bloop single to right field. They're alright with a stolen base. They're alright with getting men in scoring position and getting a fucking sacrifice fly to the outfield to score a run. They don't care. They don't care. Now we got a run on the board, that's fine. Instead of fucking going out there and just battering the other team, man, because they know that they can. They won't do it. They don't have to do it. There's no sense of urgency with this company anymore. The WWE operates when they got their backs against the wall. The WWE operates when things get fucked up, when things don't go their way. That's when they operate best. Because every single time it's happened, they turn out much better for it. When things get comfortable, and things are slow, and things are the way that they want it, they don't care. There's no sense of urgency in this company. At all. And that's what bothers me. They've gotten comfortable. This John Cena heel turn. John Cena turned heel. It was the moment. We don't need to do anything because we got the moment. What does the moment mean if you don't follow up? None of these companies understand that the follow-up is as important, if not more, than the moment you create. You're going to look back at this last 5 months and look at that, and it's just a fucking moment. Instead of looking back at the last 5 months, it's like a fucking puzzle. How could you complete the puzzle if the pieces are missing? That puzzle got fucking... You just bought the best fucking puzzle, man. The hardest fucking puzzle, man. I can't wait to dive in.
Domino's has the best deal ever. From now until August 3rd, any pizza with any topping for $9.99. I got a secret menu item. It's New York.
Left it undone. That's the whole premise of John Cena's heel turn. It's the whole premise of his run. They blew the plans up tonight, and they're going into SummerSlam babyface versus babyface. I don't think that Cody's turning heel. I don't. It would be fucking stupid for them to turn heel. Or for them to turn Cody heel. I'd love to see it. I just think that I don't think that's gonna happen. Nor should it. I think they beat the respect out of one another. They beat the shit out of each other. And Cody wins the WWE Championship, and that's it. If by some chance Cody does turn heel, or show some heel tendencies, then maybe we can start talking about it. And I'd love it. But I don't think that's even gonna happen. I don't think anybody should really look at that as anything more than just Cody wanting to be the man and win the WWE Championship again. I don't know where John Cena goes after this. I don't. I think Seth Rollins wins the championship on Saturday, freeing up Gunther, sticking with that. I don't think Punk is winning the championship. I think Seth Rollins cashes in, making it a triple threat match. He pins CM Punk to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther is without a pin. He loses the championship. He'll probably get a rematch. But I think Gunther is going to be John Cena's last opponent. I'd love to see WWE start setting Gunther up as some sort of legend killer in his own right. He's already beaten Bill Goldberg. John Cena should be next on his menu. I think Gunther versus John Cena is going to be the last match for John Cena in 2025, and then he retires. Hopefully they got a better plan for John Cena in the second half of this run than they did the first half. The best thing about it is we don't have to worry about Dwayne being on television and convoluting plans. We don't have to worry about Travis Scott being on television and then fucking things up only to then not show up for work. So I'm hoping and I'm banking on the second run of John Cena where he will be a babyface, to be booked better than his fucking run at the first part of the year. I hope I'm right. It's basically all that happened on SmackDown tonight. We're going to get into it. I thank you guys very much for all of your support. We got 2,800 people in here on a Wednesday night. Friday. I don't even know what fucking day it is. Friday night. 2,800 people here on a Friday night. I was going to say it again. Wednesday night I was live for Dynamite. Wednesday night I was live for Dynamite with Jesse. Go check that out. Really great stuff over there. We were live on Tuesday with the Solid Monster. Tuesday Night Titans episode 105. And then Monday we were live for Raw. We uploaded a great 40-minute discussion today on Cody Rhodes on the Bill Simmons podcast, where he finally talks a little bit more about his AEW situation, why he left AEW. And if you guys want my thoughts on that, man, I need you to go check that out. Some really good discussion there, some really good topical discussion, a little bit of a conspiracy as well. Because I got my theories. So go check that out. It's live on the channel right now on the homepage. Go and check that out. Make sure you guys leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Your homework tonight. What you think of John Cena turning babyface tonight. And low-key burying the direction of his heel turn, burying The Rock, and burying Travis Scott. Leave me a comment down below. Hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 likes tonight on the Friday Night SmackDown post. Super chats are open. Get them on in. It is the best way to support what I do here on the channel. We'll read all your questions, comments, and concerns later on in the show. And tonight we are sponsored by Blue Chew. BlueChew.com. Code JD at checkout. All you guys need to do is pay the $5 shipping and handling. I just want to put the narrative to bed as well. The Rock is not coming back to television, and The Rock is not wrestling John Cena. I don't think that's the case. Knowing The Rock, he may want John Cena's last match because he's a greedy fuck. But no, I don't want to see that. And The Rock is not coming back for anything but a WrestleMania. Do you honestly see The Rock wrestling John Cena on a Saturday night's main event? I do not.
What?
Cody and Cena are in the ring. Crowd is very mixed. Cena started by saying he told Rhodes that he was exhausted and that a match at Summerslam would be too difficult for him. He said that Rhodes forced him into one of the most dangerous matches in WWE on Sunday night. He only had one thing to say about Rhodes. Thank you. Thank you, Cody. Because that was the boot in the ass that he needed. He said that for 25 years he had forged a legacy of respect and hard work. And that 5 months ago he flushed all of that into the toilet for shock TV. He said that the people on his team left him alone in the aftermath, meaning The Rock and Travis Scott. Cena said that he wanted to take the WWE Championship home, not to ruin wrestling, but so that the fans wouldn't forget about him when he's gone. Cena said that it was so hung up on how we all saw him tomorrow that it made him blind to how he was acting today. Cena said that Rhodes did what a good friend should do, to face it in a fight. This street fight was, in Cena's mind, going to be a war. Because August 1st, 2025 was the day that John Cena truly came back to WWE. Cena says that he didn't know who would leave SummerSlam with the title, but the fans would leave as the winners because we'd finally see John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a battle between the best. He told Rhodes that if he wanted some, come get some. He said that on Sunday the only platinum rapper showing up to whip Cody's ass was him. The champ is here. Cody then went to go get 2 real American beers, ice cold, hopefully. They toasted, they drank, and that was it. That was it. They turned Cody Rhodes and John Cena from heel and babyface to babyface and babyface going into Summerslam. Certainly the interesting choice. I'm not looking at it in any other way, but they realized and understood their mistake. Let's get it out of the way now, and let's do what we need to do on Sunday. I think the shock is coming on Saturday. I don't think that we're going to get two shocks on Saturday and Sunday. I think listen, this is the way my brain operates. You cannot do a potential Seth Rollins coming back from this injury, quote unquote, to cash in on CM Punk and Gunther, and then turn around and turn Cody Rhodes heel. Because one is going to obviously be a bigger talking point than the other. You're going to get one. That is reserved for Seth Rollins. Seth is going to cash in, my prediction. He's going to cash in, take the title from Punk, because he has said that with every breath in his body, he will stop CM Punk from winning a world championship. You cannot say those words and then not live up to it. So I think, just because his cash-in is deemed the greatest cash-in of all time with that Money in the Bank briefcase, he needed something to really kind of push the limits. Whatever he does is not going to be better than that. But he needed to at least try. He needed to come up with something that was going to separate the greatest Money in the Bank cash-in of all time from what he does here. And I said this on today's episode where we talked about the original plans. The original plan is for Seth Rollins to cash in, which I do think is happening. They just threw the added wrinkle of he's hurt to throw people off the scent. You can't have that cash in and then have Rollins show up on Saturday. Hey guys, I'm here. I'd like to hand my briefcase to the referee. I'm going to make this a triple threat match, or Punk wins the title and then cashes in and beats CM Punk in 30 seconds. That's not only fucking lazy, it is majorly uncreative. We've been there, done that. How many fucking times? Nobody's going to look at that as a big deal, especially if you're going to compare his first cash-in to this. You can't have Rollins cash in the way that he's going to cash in and then turn Cody heel on Sunday night, man. That's not even going to be a talking point at that point. You're going to get one. Which is why I think Rollins is cashing in, and then Cody and Cena are going to have a barn burner of a match between two of the GOATs, and the show is going to go off the air with Cody winning the title and Cena back to normal. I don't think there's any shenanigans. I don't think there's any Rock. I don't think there's any Travis Scott. I don't think there's anything that's going to fuck that up. It's going to be a very simple outcome. Cody wins. Cody babyface. Cena, the champion, congratulates Cody for bringing him back to normal, and we go off the air. Everybody's happy. That's the way my mind works. So if you guys think that Cody, if you're one of those people thinking that Cody is turning heel, I don't think that's going to happen. I think I listed all of the reasons why that shouldn't happen. Again, if it happens, I'm wrong, and I'm excited about it because I think Cody's got it within him to be a very good bad guy. I want to see it. I just don't think it's time for us to see it. I don't. Coming out of a John Cena heel turn to just do simply Cody turning heel, I need something to fucking happen, man. We haven't seen that heel Cody Rhodes yet. We haven't seen any tension. We haven't seen that character kind of come out. We haven't seen that venom come out yet. Why would he all of a sudden turn heel? He's going to do what he can to win the title. John Cena's going to do what he's got to do to keep the title because he gave you the reason of, I want to take this title home with me when I retire because I don't want you guys to forget about me. That's enough motivation for John Cena to go in there and fight. Cody winning the title back because he felt like he was robbed is enough for Cody to fight. That's all they need to do. Rollins is cashing in on Saturday. Cody's going to win on Sunday. No shenanigans on Sunday night. My prediction.
I'm Kristi Noem, the United States Secretary of Homeland Security. Thank you, President Donald J. Trump.
Julia. For the United States Championship, Julia is with Kiana James. I am not going to comment on Kiana James and Julia and this pairing yet. Clearly, this is a very, very simple, straightforward pro wrestling storyline where Kiana James is the representative for Julia, and this is going to do what it needs to do for Kiana James. Hopefully they give her a little bit more of a role instead of wearing a short business skirt out there and looking like a sexy school teacher, which I'm assuming none of you have a problem with. We're going to need more from Kiana James so we could really buy into who she is and why this pairing needs to be a pairing. But the simple pro wrestling logic here is pair Kiana James up with Julia, build Kiana James up by being the representative for Julia, and then have Kiana James turn on Julia, building Kiana James up in the process. Very simple. We haven't seen anything from her yet outside of her walking side by side with Julia. I have given Zelina a hard time because the matches have been absolutely terrible. The entire feud with Chelsea Green, the entire feud with the Secret Hervis, the entire title run that she had. It was a token title run, and then WWE did nothing with it. There's nothing more Zelina could have done to make that title what it needed to be. WWE basically has given up on the Women's United States Championship. I don't even blame Zelina. The fact of the matter is we got the matches we got, they weren't good, but I'm not going to completely place the blame on Zelina. The United States Championship hasn't been treated as special. It's a fucking afterthought. A lot of people lobbied for Julia to be on the Summerslam card. Why didn't she defend the United States Championship at Evolution? It's another good question. She was in a battle royal and eliminated by Zelina Vega, which is probably why we got this match here tonight, because there's nobody else. Nothing has gone right with that United States title. Chelsea's title reign was terrible. Her matches were terrible. Zelina's run was terrible. Her matches were terrible. Julia is a great wrestler. I just hope the title reign isn't following Chelsea and Zelina's as being terrible. We got good news here, folks. This match was not terrible, and this was actually a very solid 10 minutes. This was good. This was probably the best Zelina Vega match all year. All year. The crowd was into this. And it's nice to see some competitive matches for the United States Championship, or at least a competitive match for the United States Championship. Vega and Julia began with a tie-up, went nowhere, stalemate. Trading strikes back and forth with both ladies. Julia won out. STO slam by Julia goes for a pinfall, only a 2 count. Julia continues to go at Vega. Elbow strikes, some chops, big suplex. Vega, she managed to get out and then left Julia on the apron with a flip. She sent the United States champion to the outside and then hit a diving Meteora to the outside, and we go into a commercial break. Julia is in control when we get back. She slammed Zelina face down with a wheelbarrow faceplant. She then locked in a camel clutch on Vega, or looked to be a modified camel clutch, who then countered it into a roll-up pin that Julia kicked out of. Julia back in control, big stomps, couldn't capitalize over Zelina. Vega then comes back, delivered a big Saito suplex on Julia, followed by a Meteora in the corner. Everybody loves doing the Meteora now. Julia, she avoids a dropkick, lifted Vega onto the top turnbuckle. She then looked to deliver a superplex, but Vega gets herself free and delivered an avalanche German suplex, which looked great. On to Julia. Goes for a cover. And she gets a very close 2 count on the champion. Julia is up. Puts Vega on the top turnbuckle again. Big headbutts. Vega is stunned. Julia hits an avalanche butterfly suplex off the top rope. Arrivederci, knee, Northern Lights bomb, and Vega still kicked out. Crowd ate into that pinfall, big time. Julia then looked for another Northern Lights bomb. Vega rolled her up for a close near fall. Vega delivers a sudden backstabber. And that, hopefully, was going to give her the opening she needed to maybe win back the title. She goes up top for a moonsault. Julia blocked it with her knees up. And then Julia gets up, Northern Lights bomb, 1, 2, 3, and Julia retains the Women's United States Championship. Solid, solid stuff. So hopefully we see more of that. Zelina Vega obviously has a much different look than the last time we saw her. The last time we saw her when she lost the title, she was basically a cosplay Mercedes Moné. Just dressed in Puerto Rican flags. Now it looks like she's a member of the House of Black. She's got black and white hair, black and white gear. I don't know if she's turning to the dark side. I don't know if Julia Hart spit in her face with the mist. In her off hours, I don't know what happened with Zelina Vega. But clearly she's turning to the dark side. Why? How? For what? I don't know. Hopefully we get some sort of explanation on why her appearance has just radically changed. Colorful one week and then basically a part of the Munsters the next week. Is she joining her husband? That's the one thing I mentioned a couple weeks ago. Is Zelina Vega going to join her husband as an on-air duo on Friday night? That could be something really fucking cool. Honestly. Zelina Vega managing Aleister Black or in the corner of Aleister Black while also maintaining an on-screen role for herself? I think that would be a great pairing. Why not? Just play into it. Everybody knows they're together anyway. She's already dressed the part. Aleister Black just went heel. He just beat the shit out of Damian Priest tonight. Why the fuck not? That'll be the biggest reaction that Zelina gets all year, by joining a heel husband. Hopefully that's the direction that they're going. Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. They were interviewed. We learned that apparently Solo asked for the steel cage to be above the ring tonight. I've seen some people on social media. Oh, there's a steel cage hanging above the ring. Maybe we get a steel cage match, JD. No. Why would they give us a steel cage match on Friday when we're getting one on Sunday? I figured this was used as some sort of angle. And that's exactly what happened. But Solo Sikoa requested the WWE staff to build him a steel cage. And was hanging above the ring. Solo denied those claims as he talked about Tola Tonga making his in-ring debut against Big Jim, Jimmy Uso. And tonight it's going to be Tola Tonga sending him a message. Big Jim a message. Los Garza, Angel and Berto. They defended their AAA Tag Team Championships in an open challenge against Mr. Iguana and Yeska and Psycho Clown. Yeska is his puppet, by the way. The Iguana puppet, Yeska. Santos Escobar addressed the crowd and he's demanded the crowd to show respect for the AAA World Tag Team Champions, Los Garza. They look good. They look good with gold draped over their waists. They look good. He chastised the crowd for not showing respect, or at least the respect that he thought Los Garza deserved. And then he challenged any team in the back to face Angel and Berto for the tag team titles. The AAA tag team titles. Now, all of the sickos online, they're all complaining. Well, where's JD complaining about belts that aren't with WWE on Friday Night SmackDown, JD? First of all, this was the first time in how many episodes of SmackDown that we got another brand's championships on the show? What did Joe Tesh say? Literally the first time ever on national television for WWE to include another brand's championships on their television show. I don't expect this to be an every week thing where they defend the AAA tag team titles. Secondly, you fucking idiot. All of the tag teams are vying for the WWE tag team titles on Sunday night in a 6-way ladder match. There are no other teams on Friday Night SmackDown in that locker room that would challenge Los Garza in this open challenge. They all have a title opportunity on Sunday in one of the most dangerous matches in the company. So who did you want it to be? Maybe it could have been a team in NXT. What good would that have done? They got two AAA guys out there wrestling for their championships. Oh my God, man, the horrors! How could they? WWE wanted Mr. Iguana in front of one of their largest audiences. All eyes are on New York, New Jersey, and they're looking to sell Yeska puppets, bro. There's no other reason why Mr. Iguana was on SmackDown. Use your fucking brains. Why do I need to come on here and fucking inject logic into your fucking retardation? It's not that big of a deal. This is not the WWE where we got fucking 18 titles running around on a 2-hour show. Dynamite. 8 of which is held by one person. Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown are out there. Psycho Clown is a fucking beat.
I'm Ju. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Hero Cosmetics, and I founded the viral Mighty Patch. I was living in Korea from 2012 to 2014, and I was just breaking out all the time. I was shocked.
Angel, he eats a Hurricane Rana from Psycho Clown, believe it or not. Followed by a springboard crossbody. Clown looked good. He looked good in there. He handled both Garzas pretty easily. He ripped off his mask, not to reveal his face, but he ripped off his mask to reveal another mask. He had 2 masks on. Maybe he's going to be a part of the El Grande Americano universe. Who knows? Hits a pop-up forearm on Angel. Berto got a blind tag in, which allowed Los Garza to take advantage. They tripped up Psycho Clown. The tag team champions began to work over Psycho Clown in their corner, isolating him away from Iguana. Fans at this point are chanting, Iguana! Iguana! Berto and Angel hit a double team kick on Psycho Clown. Rest hold. Slowed the momentum. Psycho Clown fought back, kicked to the face, kicked Angel in the face. Gave him the time he needed to tag in Mr. Iguana. Crowd went crazy. The Lizard Man. He took out Berto with a helicopter spin, and then he introduced Yeska into the match. He did all these moves with Yeska on his hand. Pretty cool. He delivered an Iguana Rana on Berto, and then he slammed Angel with a crucifix pin for a near fall. It was a slight mess up. He went to do some fancy jump up thing on the ropes, and he lost his balance. So the crowd obviously loves Iguana so much that they let it go by. It wasn't that big of a deal. He just went on to do whatever he needed to do afterwards. But for a moment, the little botch and the little slip up on the ropes, if you guys watched the match, it kind of took the crowd a little bit out of it because they were anticipating it. He had some hot offense coming in. He did that. He kind of botched it. He had to go back and redo it. And it took the crowd a little bit out of the match. But they got right back into it because he didn't slow down. Angel and Berto caught Mr. Iguana as he tried for a dive to the outside and threw him right back into Psycho Clown, who was in the ropes. Mr. Iguana was brought back into the ring, and he was basically all but done here. Los Garza had Psycho Clown on the Mr. Iguana rather on the top rope. They dropped him with that super double press slam that they do, which looks great. Iguana kicked out at a 2. Psycho Clown comes back in. He tried for a big crossbody. He got blocked. They landed that big double team slam again, and they win, pinning Psycho Clown 1, 2, 3 to retain the AAA World Tag Team Championships. They didn't pin Psycho Clown. Or they didn't pin Mr. Iguana. They pinned Psycho Clown. Just goes to show you that they love their Mr. Iguana. And You know, typical WWE, I didn't really expect Los Garza to lose the titles, but, you know, optically, just from my vantage point, you're bringing Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana as the AAA guys, right? WWE's partnering with AAA, and clearly they're pushing around the AAA guys. Their TV debut, Psycho Clown and Mr. Iguana, and they lose on national television, doesn't really bode well for the AAA brand. People are going to look at them as losers. But maybe that doesn't matter to them, I don't know. Not really a good showcase. Comes off as definitely a one-sided partnership for WWE and AAA. Who's got who by the balls? It's definitely WWE gotten AAA by the balls. That's the way I see it. Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was on the show tonight.
Alright, well, I might well stop the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I'm gonna stop the video right here. I made it long enough. I don't make it too long and late. Now, I will do a live stream on Summerslam tomorrow night. I will do a review on night 1 and night 2. I will do Monday Night Raw review. Until next time, this is Jacob Cast 2024. I'll see y'all later. Make sure you guys hit that like button, leave a comment.